You did tell me that you helped capture or transport a prisoner and his shoe got knocked off, and the CIA was very not pleased
Yeah,
with how the situation. Tell us about that.
yeah. So it wasn't actually the CIA, but I got for viewers and for like easy understanding, I'll call the guy like a CIA guy back at the fob. Um, is- uh, but so after one target, I don't think there, I don't think there is any. I don't think we exchanged fire on this raid. But my team leader, who's also amazing guy, is also like, and I'd be happy to talk about this guy as well. I don't know if I'll necessarily say his name. I don't know if he wants his name out there, but team leader I had on deployment was again a stud guy that actually took the time to um, train me and the guys in his team and set us up for success. So after one of the raids, he's like, "Hey, do you want to be the responsible for bringing this guy back?" And I'm like, I guess. I was like, sure. So like, and when we grab a guy off target, they're obviously got flex cuffs on them behind their back. They're wearing a puck, like we call it a puck mask, so they got a mask over their face so they can't see us or see where they're going and stuff like that. Um, and they also like we got like a little baggie around their neck with information about them. Um, and so like he's like so I brought this dude over and it's like, hey, you'll bring him back. And so we're sitting there waiting for the helicopter. Nothing's really going on with the guy. Like he's just kind of sitting still. I have my arm up behind his arms cuffed and like a hand on the back of his neck. So it's like, it's a lot easier to drag somebody around like that. Um, but when we get ready to go on the helicopter, this guy, like, like understand, like, he's basically arrested going back to a fob to get interrogated. Um, and so he does not want to come with us. So he's like trying his best to like wriggle away. And, I have one hand on him and the other hand's on my M4. And like, I'm not going to take my hand off the M4. Like I'm not gonna, I'm keeping that as far away as I can from him. And so I'm just like, yeah, with wearing your kit and everything, and with a little bag on my back with mortar rounds, like I'm heavy. Um, and then trying to just use one arm to grab this guy, and like, so we're struggling the entire time to get on our Chinook, and he's pulling away, fighting. And even with the you think with the prop blast from the Chinook too, like that's also pushing you away a little bit. So like I fighting with him, finally get him on there, and then he's the entire time he's like trying to wriggle away, like even when we're on the bird trying to get up. And at one point, like he slid his face on the floor of the Chinook, and like got his mask up. So again, I'm like pushing his head down, like stop trying to move around, like because there have been times I don't know if Les told you about this, but he experienced a guy that I think had broken free of his restraints and had to actually fight a guy, fight a terrorist on a Chinook on the right back to their fob. Um, so like knowing that story, like I'm just kind of like, ah man, I cannot let this guy go. So I'm basically like sitting on the entire way back to the fob. We land, um, and I'm dragging him off the helicopter, and we're taking him to the CIA type guys that are collecting them. And we get there, and they like start screaming. And I'm like, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" And they're like, where are his shoes? Where are his shoes?" And because like during our struggle somehow, like I'm guessing like out on the target, his shoes must have come off. And you're not supposed to bring a prisoner back without shoes and like make him walk across like rocks and stuff. And I was like, I'm sorry. Like, he was fighting me the entire time. I wasn't really paying attention, but yeah, they were not very happy with me because of that. They were just yeah. I was like, okay, well, it's like he's all yours now. Like you can give him shoes.
And when
Um,
you would do a transfer like that, do those guys then get put on a helicopter and flown to a different location, or do they stay on your fob the whole time?
it depends. I think they put him in a van and like yeah, if I remember correctly, there was like a little van or vehicle there. They put him in and drove him somewhere. Because like I mean, we brought back guys to our fob and we would guard them for a while, um, until they would go somewhere else. Like most of them, yeah, do go to another location.
And I only have